Hello, and welcome to the channel, and welcome back to episode 2 of Guitar Gubbins, the series where we check out some of the weirder guitar accessories on offer. Today I've got 2 products for you that claim to do the same thing, but do they really work? Let's find out. So today's video we're going to be looking at chord pressers. Now I'm sure you've seen these advertised all over the place. The idea is that you can stick them on the neck of your guitar and then just press down the buttons and it will play chords, so you don't have to learn the shapes yourself. Now I must say, my opinion going into this isn't a particularly positive one. I can't really see any reason for you to buy one of these other than being lazy and not wanting to learn the chords in the first place. I will caveat that by saying I could potentially see this being useful for someone who has limited mobility in their hands and just wants to strum a few chords. But outside of that, I can't see any possible reason for needing one of these things. But whether they even work is another thing. So I've got 2 of them here for us to check out today. We'll start with the cheaper one and, save the best till last. So this is product number 1. This came off of Amazon and cost £7.97. Although I know for a fact that both of these come from China, so I'm sure you can get them direct from the manufacturer for less. So that's the product itself. It is incredibly cheap, flimsy plastic with some padding and this screw mechanism. So looking at it initially, I'm not really recognizing the chord shapes from the little pads on the device, but I might be wrong. Let's stick it on and see if it works. Okay, so I've got it on. Let's see if it'll actually play chords. Okay, so I guess it kind of works. I'm just trying to figure out what the chord shapes are. So I've got this on just over the nut, so in the standard chord position. I think we've got... I think that's meant to be E minor 7, C, D, and G. Now I don't know if this is operator error or it's an issue with the thing, but it is buzzing quite a lot on certain frets. I don't know if that's me or the device. God, this thing does not stay on particularly well on the neck. Can you hear that? Yeah, that's not pleasant. So that's the cheap £7 one. I guess it kind of works, but like I said at the start of the video, I still really can't see the point of this, especially when you only have 4 chords. So you're very limited on what you can actually play with it. So let's move on to the more expensive one and see if that's actually worth it, I guess. So this more expensive one also came from Amazon, and this costs £22.39. Now we're already off to a good start. I do love it when things I buy come with what looks like a warning label, but all in Chinese, so I haven't got a clue what that says. Might tell me it's about to kill me, and I'll never know. So this is the second one. With this one, as you can see, it's actually got more than 4 chords, and it has the name of the chords written on the buttons. It's a slightly different way of attaching it to the neck as well, so it's got these 4, I don't know what you call these 4 things that hook around the sides of the neck, I guess. So let's see if this one works a bit better. Just before we try it, I will say on the previous one, that is incredibly narrow. my telly has got quite a narrow neck, but before recording this I did try this on my Gretsch and I struggled to get it around the neck. There isn't much length on the thread on the nut to tighten it up. Anyway, going back to the more expensive one, this does look like it should fit on a wider range of guitars, so let's see if we can get this on. Okay, so we've got the second one on. I guess it was easier to put on. It's got sort of little locators that sit, I don't know how well this will come across, but it's got these little locating studs that sit between the nut and then next to the fret to stop it moving. And you slot them in the strings, so I guess that is somewhat useful. So how does this one sound, and does it work? Okay, so with this one, it does play chords and it does play more than one chord. Now I'm going to attempt to see if I can play just your standard chord progression like you'd hear in any pop song, and just to see how easy it is actually to play what you want to play with it and not just noodling around. There's something not right with that C chord, but we'll push on. Yeah, so that doesn't sound great. So as far as I'm aware, I have got this put on here as well as I can. I just don't think it works particularly well, and I kind of expected that coming into this. One thing I will say for both the expensive and for the cheap one, if you already play guitar, it feels horribly unintuitive. If you know your chord positions already, it feels really uncomfortable to be playing and trying to play with a single finger, and you have to read where the notes are as well, because the notes aren't necessarily where you expect. And what I mean by that is they aren't over the fret you would correlate with that note if you didn't have this thing sat on here. So there you go, there's two of these chord pressers. Would I say to anyone to buy these? Definitely not. I will be returning these to Amazon immediately. I hope you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me struggle to try and understand how these stupid things work. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.